This is a brief video to show you how to get started on the StatCrunch assignment for Chapter 1. The StatCrunch assignment for Chapter 1 is available in two file formats, a PDF file or a Docx file, and you have three different options for how you submit the assignment. I have the PDF open here, so one option is to annotate the PDF. You can do that either by inserting text boxes and typing, or if you like to use a stylus and a touch screen, you could handwrite on the PDF with your stylus and save your assignment. A second option is to print out the PDF, handwrite your solutions, and then using a cell phone camera or a scanner, you can take pictures or scan the assignment and submit the cell phone pictures or the scanned version of the assignment in StatCrunch. If you're using cell phone pictures, a good app for the iPhone is Scannable. There's also all sorts of other apps that will take your cell phone pictures and make them look like scanned PDF documents. There are many also available for the Android phones, so you could get a free app if you like to handwrite and then send back cell phone pictures or scans. The third and probably most popular option is to use the Docx file. You can open this in Google Docs and type right on the file, or you can open it in Microsoft Word or the Office. It's available through your college email address. So any of those options are fine. If you do the Word document, remember to save it, and then you're going to upload the version of the document that you've typed on in Canvas when you submit the assignment. So when you submit the assignment, you have a file upload option. In part 1 of the StatCrunch assignment for Chapter 1, we are going to be working with a data file named Math110 Open Intro Email 50. And so I'm going to walk you through how we go into StatCrunch and find the data file. StatCrunch is web-based software, so I have it open in the Chrome browser. It also works on tablets or your cell phone with touch options where we've got the pull downs. So I'm looking for an existing data set, so I'm going to scroll down, and under data, I'm going to choose data sets. And then I'm going to type in the search bar Math110 Open Intro. Open Intro is the name of the open source textbook that we have supporting our course. You can download a copy under the course text in the introduction module. And we see there's a few different Open Intro data sets we'll be working with. We want the one called Math110 Open Intro Email 50. And we can read the description here. If we want to read more, just click more here. So we're told this is a subsample of the larger email data set from 2012. And then the variables are defined. So we have variables for spam that indicates whether the email is spam or not. Variable toMultiple indicates whether the email is addressed to more than one recipient. And so you can read through this to understand all the variables. If we click on the title, we are opening the StatCrunch file. So the first thing you want to do is save this file to your data. So you'll go to Data, Save, and then you can keep this name or rewrite the name. I have an existing file, so it's saying it would overwrite my existing file. And then you can click Save. When you go into StatCrunch, one of the options is My Data. So when you go to My Data, now that file will show up for you. I've got lots of data sets. During the course of this class, you're going to build up the data sets you have stored in your StatCrunch. So if we head back to our document, we see the first question here is showing us a picture of the different variables and their descriptions to read about. And then we're asked to explore a research question that says intuition suggests that if there are many line breaks in an email, then there also would tend to be many characters. Does this hold true? And so we're asked to find the variable columns for line breaks in numChar. numChar stands for the number of characters in the email. So that's every letter or period or question mark or symbol. So we can scroll over to find those columns, and we're going to investigate, are they numerical values or category values? So here they are right after password count is the number of characters. And I believe when we go to the description of this data set, so if we go to data properties and we scroll down here, here's our description. We are told that the number of characters is actually in thousands. So when it says in row 1, 21.705, that's actually 21,705 characters. So the number of characters are definitely numerical values, or what we call quantitative variables. And then line breaks are also numerical values or quantitative variables. Those are counting how many breaks there are in these emails. So you would explain that here for the first question. And then for question B, we're asked to make a scatter plot for the variables, line breaks, and number of characters. And so the directions are right here in the question. In StatCrunch, we're going to select graph, scatter plot, and then we're going to decide what should be the explanatory variable and response variable. Since the question is phrased to say many line breaks lead to many characters, that tells me line breaks should be the explanatory variable. So when I set up my scatter plot, graph, scatter plot, for the explanatory or x variable, I'm going to choose my explanatory variable, which is line breaks. And then for the y variable, I'm going to choose my response variable, which is the number of characters based on the research question. We're not going to do any grouping options because we're just working with these two variables for now. We're going to leave all of these at the default. If you want to label the axes, you can type an optional label in here. So I could type line breaks if I wanted to see the whole word and not just the abbreviation of the variable. And then we hit compute and we see we have a scatter plot with a positive association. There are a few different ways you can save this result. One is you can say option save, and then this saves this under my data, and you can give it a title. You might say something like scatter plot, question B, chapter 1, something like that, so you know. You can also set up groups and share with classmates or social media. That may be beyond the scope of what you need to do for an assignment. And then you would click save. Another option is to just go ahead and download the file. So you can give it a file name and it'll download it to your desktop or tablet. And you'd say okay here. And third option that I tend to do is to take a screenshot. So you probably know the screenshot short keys on your tablet or on your computer. I'm on a Mac right now, so I hit Command-Shift-4, and I can take just a real quick screenshot. On a PC computer or a tablet, you can use the snipping tool. That's another way to take screenshots. So whichever way you have preferred to get that picture in there. So it's okay to paste in the picture if you want, if you want to add that to your explanation here. You would go ahead and explain what trends you saw in the scatter plot. So we would explain that we saw that positive association, and then that we chose the x variable to be the line breaks and the y variable or the response variable to be the number of characters based on the research question. And then you'd head right into question C, which asks you to click the point that's furthest out in the scatter plot. So if we're back here in StatCrunch, I'm going to click this point up here. And notice when I hover over without even clicking, it tells me it's in row 11, the number of characters associated with this point and the number of line breaks associated with this point. If I click it, it highlights row 11, and you can exit out of your graph if you like and find row 11 and scroll through and see more information about this email message. It was not spam. We can see it was sent on February 22nd, 2012, and the time of day. You can see how many people it's from, how many people were carbon copied. If you want to unclear this, you can hit clear and it'll delete that point. If you want to go back to your graph, you go up to StatCrunch results and your graph is hidden. If you scroll down and click on it, it comes right back, and you are free to click around and highlight any other points. If you wanted to click a few points to try to investigate these points in a graph, you can see all of those rows highlight, and when you want to clear them out, just hit clear over here. All right, when you've got your notes all written up on the assignment, whether you're typing or handwriting or annotating the PDF somehow and you're ready to submit, make sure you've saved your file on the Word document or the PDF, or you've taken pictures of what you've handwritten and uploaded those, and then you are going to upload that file into Canvas. You don't have to submit anything on StatCrunch. StatCrunch is an interface for us to work with a data set and do calculations that would be really onerous on a calculator or by hand. but it's not a system where we have to submit everything. Everything gets submitted in Canvas. So here I am at the home page, so I could go either to the table of contents down here to navigate there, or go to chapter 1 and scroll through. You can also just head straight over to modules. Canvas is a little slow to direct you to the module pages, but it'll get you there. You just have to wait a few seconds. So then this student hasn't done their first 2 modules yet because I'm in as a test student. But if we scroll down to the end of chapter 1, here is where we submit the chapter 1 StatCrunch assignment. So we come in here and you click submit assignment, and then you can choose the file you want to upload, and then you'll click submit assignment. You also have some videos in here showing how to edit a PDF and Adobe Acrobat Reader, and a video showing how to edit a PDF in Preview. I will look forward to reading your first submissions for the Chapter 1 StatCrunch assignment.